feral children, lost and wild. Dad punishes us, each and every child. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us. Hell in the cell, hell in the cell. It's Dad's test of out might. All kids will go in to fight. There is only one survivor. Bring a shiver, a screwdriver. Punishment is kinetic dance. Leotards moving in a trance. It's the feral children's penance, watching camel toes prance. Miami Deb is a whore. We are feral children, lost and wild. Dad punishes us, each and every child. But we are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us. Miami Deb is a fucking whore. Hell in the cell, hell in the cell. Test of out might. All kids will go in to fight. There is only one survivor. Bring a shiver, a screwdriver. Punishment is kinetic dance. Leotards moving in a trance. It's the feral children's penance, watching camel toes prance. Mommy fucking Deb is a goddamn whore. We are feral children, we thrive on chaos. Dad may try to punish us, he will never tame us.
It's so perfect. It's so perfect. It really is. It's so fucking perfect. And now we got to play another one because she keeps hitting dingers. She keeps hitting dingers. These are so good. You found the louder the song, the better. Okay, I'll crank this shit. Also, the intro, it's very disturbing, but it's disturbing for a reason. To weed out the losers. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is a praise and worship song for my dog. If you like this song, or the one you just heard, go to this YouTube link at the bottom for your sister Melissa and add her and sub to her and then dom to her. Just kidding. Here we go. Dad joke. Woohoo.
You are the Hoogan. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. For the Lord our Hoogan reigns. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. For the Lord our Hoogan reigns. You are God Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. You are the Hoogan. You are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. Amen. We exalt you, Hoogan. Hoogan, Hoogan. You are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. You are the Hoogan, you are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. Amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. For the Lord God Almighty reigns. Hallelujah, hallelujah. For the Lord God Almighty reigns. We exalt you, Hoogan. All the feral children sing, glory, glory, he reigns. All the feral children sing, glory, glory, he reigns. Hoogan, you are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. You are the Hoogan. You are Lord God Almighty. Worthy is the dog, worthy is the dog. Amen. We exalt you, Hoogan. We exalt you, Hoogan. We exalt you, Hoogan.
Oh, hey, Pierre. I'm saying your names correctly now. That was so hard the other day to do that. Like at first you get it, it's like, okay, this is like pig Latin. I can do this. And then after a while you start saying everything wrong and people look at you funny. Thank you to Melissa. Thank you so much, aka Turd Ferguson. Bangers, dude, bangers. Between you and Rabbit, I'm just like fucking dying over here. It kills me. I send that to so many people and they're like, "What is going on? You have a cult now?" And I'm like, "You don't get it, Mom." But like it it's I get speechless when I think about all the feral children singing. Like that's the part where it's like, okay, this is causing PTSD. Moose flute time? You want to see the moose flute? I cannot deny the moose flute. I can't deny the moose flute. I fucking love moose flute. Let's do moose flute. Fuck it. God damn it, he's so good. He's so crazy good. I love this old guy. He reminds me so much of Richard Dreyfuss in Mr. Holland's Opus. Like he just wants us to hear the flute. And then after that, we're going to do a little tribute today for someone because I read the chat. Dad reads the chat. Let's summon your whore aunt if she's still awake.
My new
With the whore flute.
by David Lindsay. Excellent workmanship.
From Brother Ken in Alaska.
Has the larger feel right holes.
Just like your aunt, right holes.
Made of striped ebony.
It's called a whore.
Trimmed with.
Oop, we missed the bird. That's my bad.
Trimmed with moose antler.
Let's go back.
Striped ebony.
Deborah.
Trimmed with moose antler.
Toot toot. It's the moose flute.
A short tune.
That might have to be a sticker.
How it sounds.
With the woman coughing in the background. Oh, Jesus. Come on out, whore. Where are you? I'm glad you brought that up. Sometime in my sleep, it must have relieved itself. Let's just say my glands in my eye got a little milked in the night. And I woke up and it was like crusted shut. And it's just better now. Like it's starting to go down. My friend who is a cat, specifically a veterinarian for cats. Not my friend who is a cat. She's not a cat. She is not a cat. Do you understand? She is not a cat. She's a veterinarian specifically for cats. She told me not to put colloidal silver in my eye, so I'm not doing that. I also I don't own any gold. I'm sorry, I don't. So I just put a hot compress on it and then it got better. But it's like still hurts, but it's getting better. But thank you guys for your concern. Oh my God, he does. Sorry, Laura. Tombstones, you are so grounded. That's so funny. Has she arrived? Where's your aunt? Has the whore arrived? I don't see her. Yeah, it makes me so happy. It is allergy eye jizz. It's gross. I had a sty, Tiff. I had a bad sty. I think the Hugin blessed me with a fart to the face. You are not a cat, Donna. You are not a cat. Tombstone's dead. Ha ha ha. Witch. Okay, listen. I have something pulled up for Witch because I saw that you're going through a rough time. Now, normally I say that your real fathers are my arch nemesis because I'm your dad. Who is this man? But I understand that's also kayfabe. We're having a laugh. It's a fun little bit that we have going. We'll call it a bit. We're doing a bit, right? But when it comes to your real life dads and moms, I want them to be healthy and happy, unless they were mean to you or awful parents, in which case, fuck them. But I saw that you're going through a rough time. Your peepaw passed, your papa, your real life dad. That is a lot to deal with, and I'm very sorry. And on behalf of myself and the Hoogan, we really hope that we can do something tonight to make you happy. I saw that I'm not laughing at your dead dad, I promise. I'm laughing at your response to dead dad when you said it happened at 420 and you enjoyed that very much, and that now you cannot smoke a J not in his honor. And I love that for you. That you have that and that you were able to find the humor in such a horrible situation, that is literally exactly what I like to think I would think if that happened to me. Let's hope it doesn't. Hello, C. Smith. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about Witch right now. Her real life people passed away, her dad. Or Pop. I don't know what you guys call your dads. D-Daw, I don't know. You might call him a Dugan. I don't know. But Witch, having to deal with siblings and all that, especially when there's if there's an asshole among the bunch, it's like, oh, God damn it. Why do you have to make this harder? But then sometimes when you have everyone you love around you, that almost makes it harder because it's like, God, now we're all crying together and it's just a lot of emotions, that's just a lot to go through, dude. And to add travel to that, and then to add, your own life situation, I don't know what it is, but whatever you're going on with in life, it's a lot. Yeah, nobody wishes that on anyone. Except Cardi B on Twitter when she's being really sassy. She'll be like, fuck your dad out. She gets a little crazy, but a lot of people do, but nobody really means it. No one wants that pain on someone. It's just a lot to go through. So I was looking at what you wrote about the 420 thing, and I was like, how can we make Witch have a little happiness? You know what I mean? How can we bring her a little joy? And someone told me something today that happened to them. I'm not going to say who, but it's very much like what I'm going to show you. And it's in a theme. Let's just say it goes with the theme of what you typed. And I can't think of a better tribute to you and your dad than this on a true crime channel. On a day when, you're processing a lot of serious shit and emotions. I'm all about let's turn that frown upside down. It's really hard to do when you're feeling like this, right? But there is one video. It always gets me. It's 17 years old. It's one of the oldest videos on YouTube. Fascinating shit. Very funny. Very funny. Someone told me a story today that is pretty much spot on with this almost. Something that happened to them. I'll let them, maybe we'll have them on sometime to tell you about it. Very funny. And I was already thinking of this. And then when you brought up your sweet Diddy's time of death, I thought, wow, Witch has a great sense of humor. She's going through it. I can think of no better YouTube tribute than this video right here. So I'm going to put it on for you. And I want you to consider this this is our group tribute to him. We didn't know him, but he raised you and you seem fucking awesome. We all like you. You're very fun. We enjoy you and all in the Discord and everything. So what I'd like to propose is that, I don't know if you guys drink. I don't know if you smoke, but if you do smoke, this might be the time to do it. And let's all have a hooter for your Diddy. All right. And, if you don't do that, just, pound some water, chug some warm milk, you fucking freak, whatever it is you do. And say, this one's for Witch. Okay. Here we go. You guys might know this. Shit, I can't believe I'm going to play this.
Yeah, can you please send rescue to... I think I'm having an overdose, and so is my wife.
Okay, you and your wife?
Yes.
Overdose of what?
Marijuana, but I don't know if it had something in it.
Okay.
Can you please send rescue?
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 29 years old, and my wife is 26. Please come.
26?
Yes, please.
Have you guys been drinking also?
What?
Have you guys been drinking today too?
No, that's it.
No, and is there any weapons in the house?
No, please come.
Okay, we're on our way. Do you guys have fever or anything?
No, I think we're dying.
Okay, how much did you guys have?
I don't know. We made brownies, and I think we're dead. I really do.
Okay, how much did you put in the brownies?
I don't know.
Was it a bag? Who made the brownies?
My wife and I did. Cuba, come here.
Okay, get her.
She's on the living room ground right now.
Is she breathing?
She's barely breathing.
Is she awake?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, can you look?
Pardon?
Can you look?
Yeah, I could feel her. She's laying right down in front of me. Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
Okay, well, I'm on the phone with you, and do you know how much of it you bought and put in the brownies?
Pardon?
How much did you buy?
Just please send rescue.
They're on the way, but I'm trying to figure out how much you bought and put into the brownies, sir.
It's probably like a quarter ounce total.
A quarter ounce total into the brownies? Did you guys eat all the brownies?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. And you ate all of them. But how many? Was it a big batch, a little batch?
It was a quarter ounce.
Okay, but brownie-wise, how many pieces do you guys think you guys had?
I want to know ones in the chat if you've never heard this. If you've never heard this. If you've heard it, don't put anything. I don't need twos. Just ones in the chat if you've never heard this before.
I don't know. I probably had like a small chunk. Please come. What time is it?
It's 9:37. When did you guys last eat the brownies?
Probably like an hour and a half ago.
Okay, is your wife still?
Hell yeah.
Is your wife still breathing?
Yeah, she is. She's kneeling down in front of me.
Okay.
I know. We have to wait.
Okay, and is she Stacy Sanchez?
Yes.
What's your name?
My name is Edward.
You're Edward Sanchez? Okay. And did you guys have any other sort of drugs you know of?
Pardon?
Did you guys do anything else today besides marijuana?
No, that's it. But I don't know what was it. The marijuana could have been. There could have been something in the marijuana.
Okay. Are you guys on any sort of prescription pills? Do you guys take any sort of other medication?
No, I don't. My wife takes Vicodin though.
And did she take any today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Where's the Vicodin?
The Vicodin is it's in our medicine cabinet.
Okay, but how many does she take it on a regular basis?
Yeah.
How many does she take on a regular basis? 2, 4, 8?
Like, I don't know, like 5 a day. Please come.
She takes about 5 a day?
Yeah.
She takes 5 Vicodin a day, and she's wondering why she's freaking out. What, dude?
Are you coming?
Yeah, they're on the way. They've been in mall for 2 minutes. It's now 9.
I want to answer your question, Tiff. People who don't do marijuana.
9:38.
Okay.
And she takes about how many? 5 a day?
What's that?
How many does she take a day?
She takes like I don't know, like 6.
6 a day?
Like 5 a day. I don't know. We got into a car accident in Dearborn Heights last year.
Okay. And you don't know how many she's taken today?
No.
And you can tell he's actually high because he specifies in Dearborn Heights. Like, who gives a fuck where? Just also, she didn't even ask why. Like, she did, like, he just provides extra information and very specific details.
Okay. Is there any animals in the house?
Is there any what?
Do you have any dogs, cats?
I'll put them away for you.
Okay. Is the front door open?
Yeah, the front door's open. Come here.
Yo, Sarah's totally. Can you email it to me? It's obliviousbenson question@gmail.com, and I'll check it shortly, like during the stream. But email it to me because I don't know if it lets you drop links in the chat. I'm trying to figure that out.
The porch light on?
Pardon?
Is the porch light on?
Yes, the porch light is on.
Are there any weapons in the house?
You already asked me that.
And what'd you say?
Yeah. Well, no, there is.
Where is it?
It's in my closet.
Is that in the back bedroom?
Yeah, in the front bedroom.
In the front bedroom?
Yeah. Go on.
I know.
Okay. Okay.
Come on, Ginger. Where's FD at right now?
They're on the way, sir.
Sweet.
Do you guys do this on a regular basis?
No, this is the first time we've ever done it.
And you've never done marijuana before?
Yeah, I have.
You have, and you've never had this reaction to it before?
No, ever. What's the score in the Red Wings game?
What?
What's the score in the Red Wings game?
What's the score on the Red Wings game? The caller asks.
I've got no clue. I don't watch the Red Wings.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure this isn't some type of like hallucination that I'm having.
Oh, why? What does the score say?
3-3.
He wants to make sure he's not hallucinating and that the Red Wings aren't, for some reason, 3-3. Ty found an article. It says the police department's decision not to pursue a case against former Corporal Edward Sanchez. Oh, shit. That's what I forgot. Yeah, it's Cop Eats Pop. I always forget the guy's a cop for some reason. Left a bad taste in the mouth of at least one city official who vowed to investigate. If you're a cop and you're arresting people and you're confiscating the marijuana and keeping it yourself, that's bad. That's real bad. It is bad. It's fucking cool in my opinion, but it's bad, like, because it's against policy. But shit, look at what Pupa Tracta was doing. And over here, they're saying if you're a cop and you're arresting people and you're confiscating the marijuana and keeping it yourself, that's bad. Like, they're pissed at the pot. Look at what those fools were doing in Canton. Shit, that shit wouldn't fly here. That wouldn't fly in Edward Sanchez's precinct, that's for sure.
What channel is it on?
Channel 2.
It's 2-2.
Huh?
It's 2-2.
Okay.
Which if you eat them and call the cops on yourself, time is a flat circle. Do not do that. Don't do that. Break the circle. Don't do that.
Please tell your officers.
By the way, this happened. I'm going to go back a little. This happened at a wedding. Someone dosed a whole wedding, and then someone in the wedding party called the cops, and the bride and groom got arrested, and there's body cam.
Channel 2.
It's 2-2.
I don't know.
Huh?
It's 2-2.
Okay. Please tell your officers they just passed me.
Okay, they just passed you?
Yeah.
Okay, but you're... Okay, well, we'll let them know, okay? Go outside and flag them down, okay?
Okay, my mother-in-law just got here, too.
Okay.
Okay?
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. There you go. That's for you, Witch. I hope that made you laugh. Also, hello, Jeno. I saw Suspicions earlier was talking about a bullying case. Thank you, Miss Shorty, for becoming a member. Welcome to the channel. Is this your first time here? Also, me and Miss Shorty are gonna do a thing soon. That's gonna be fucking cool. You guys be on the lookout for that. Bolo bitches. Are you guys talking about Preston Lord? Is that who she was talking about? Because they are going to prison, right? Or they're getting indicted. I'm pretty sure that there's so I understand, like, when y'all say it needs, like, we need to shed light on stuff, but that one is really heavily, like, there's a lot of light being shed on that one. A little bit of it has been like creators, I guess, like just YouTube creators, but like a shitload of it has been on like News Nation and stuff. And I think they already have the guys, don't they? Or is there more? Because we could talk about that case, but I kind of like to wait and see what happens if they already got the guys, First time I got super high, I wanted to go to the hospital because I couldn't stop smiling and I thought my face would get stuck. God forbid our face gets stuck in a happy position. By the way, you know how people will go, oh, you have bitch face, which they do to me all the time. What is it called when you have happy face? Is it just called happy face? It's bad because they're sending people to jail for marijuana and then processing it themselves. Disgrace. Yeah. Oh, possessing it. Can't read right now. Yeah, it is. It's a disgrace. But also, shit. I think it's shitty when the cops do it, but like if I worked around a bunch of marijuana, that's why I wouldn't do that, because I would just be like, no, just have a little bit here. Probably not. It's probably all shit. Let me see. Our secretary ate an entire tray of brownies. My dad. That's another thing is like, if you know it's just gonna sit in an evidence closet or something, like, and it's like a good tray of candy or gummies, fuck, that would be hard. That'd be like being on a diet and being at the state fair. I just couldn't do it. So that's why I don't put myself in those positions. Ugh. Like when I worked at Dairy Queen, all I wanted to do was like eat ice cream with pineapple mixed in it just all day. So like I had to quit Dairy Queen, you know? Otherwise I'd just be a human, like a big ice cream cone. And I don't like ice cream, but I like it with pineapple in it. I will make a fucking exception. Do you see my size going away? It's getting better. Our secretary ate an entire tray of brownies my dad made. He didn't come to work for 3 days. When my dad found him, he was still wearing the same clothes as 3 days ago, reading the Times. I'm starring that because I'm going to reread that and think about that and laugh at it later. I love that story. That's very funny. I'm not gonna lie, when I was in high school, it was a different time. We had, you know what? I'm not gonna tell this story. I'm not gonna tell this story. This is an incriminating story. I'm not gonna tell the story. He can't flag them down. He's dying. Oh no, the mother-in-law too, dude. There are so many of these. 14 odd per month. What does that mean? That's how much it costs for a membership for you guys? What the fuck? Why is it so expensive? It's supposed to be 99 cents. It's supposed to be 99 cents. They're really fucking you Aussies. I don't know how we stop it. We're fucking you in the dingoes with this price. This is insane. This is really crazy. Everybody's saying hello. Everybody's here. Cops or mother-in-law. Not sure which I would like to see less. Thank you so much. I barely laughed at that. I felt like crying before, and in this moment I don't. Good. Because I could show you some fucking weird shit that'll make you real happy. And I fucking will. I fucking will. Which, if you think you're going to cry, here's what we're going to do. You know, I'm going to put this on. We're going to do it again because there's another one that's pretty funny. Also, if you feel like crying tonight and you need middle daughter attention, middle child attention, I just want you to type banana in the chat. This is only for Witch. She gets preferential treatment. Preferential parental treatment. Fuck, I can't talk. Vapes. She gets preferential parental treatment tonight from Substitute Dad, aka me. If you put banana in all caps, I will stop whatever we're doing and put on a silly video. Okay. We might just be watching silly videos. Who knows? This is going to have to be a short one because I got to get shit done for our trip. But you know me. I'm going to fly off the handle and show you guys too much. I'm going to show you too much. And right now, by the way, we summoned Deborah with a horror flute. She's not here. I'm assuming that whore is passed out in the garbage. All right, here we go. Wait. Let me share it first. Whew. Here we go. Here we go. This
went a little too far. When he did, he called 911.
What is your emergency? All right, I need help. And what's the problem? I'm too high. You're too high? Yeah. What'd you take? I can't feel anything. You're what?
Okay, starring.
I can't feel anything. Okay, what did you take? Weed. Weed? Yes. Okay. What's your name? Is there anyone there with you? Yeah, they don't know. Okay, how old are you? 22. Are they going to be able to answer the door for us? Yeah. Okay, Andrew, we'll send an ambulance right over to check you out, okay? Okay. Thank you.
Yo, Humdingers? That sounds dope. I just like that name. This is why I can't have children. I would name my child Humdinger. Absolutely. Literally put this, everyone remember this. If for some reason your dad gets knocked up in her 40s, Humdinger. That's the kid's name. Fucking love it.
Bye-bye.
How nice was that operator? So kind. You know, when people...
I like this news anchor. I really like her. She gave her opinion without giving a real opinion. I mean, she's commending the operator. And I think she genuinely feels what she's saying. And she's wearing a power color. I really like her.
How nice was that operator? So kind.
She was.
You know, when police arrived, the guy was curled up in the fetal position. He was surrounded by Doritos, goldfish, and cookies.
He was
that may have
happy.
contributed. I'm just saying.
I'm going back.
No,
Someone's laughing in the
so
background.
kind. You know, when police arrived, the guy was curled up in the fetal position. He was surrounded by Doritos, goldfish, and cookies. That may have contributed. I'm just saying. No arrests were made.
Dude, this is great. What did Curtis 50 Cent Jackson say? See, I can't be let loose on the internet. What is this? This councilman got arrested for something? Oh my gosh. Why isn't he allowed to be a police officer? What did this kid do? Oh, bus teen. Okay, well.
A teen. When was the last time you smoked any weed?
Okay.
I don't smoke.
I'm gonna get fucking
Yeah,
copyright struck, but I don't care.
I don't know if that was the answer to the question I asked, and I don't feel like it was truthful.
I smoke like a pen, but I don't have.
There we go.
Mhm.
Okay, see, so
I smoke like a pen. Darlene's over here playing hide the pen. I dropped a friend off at the ER after he got high. His anxiety had him believing he was dying. This was before the whole Fetty shit. I don't know what that means. Fetty Wap? The rapper? What's going on? Not real goldfish. That would be terrifying. Hoquiam. I like that. My daughter doesn't want children, but if she had a daughter, she'd name her Missile Launcher. And if a boy, Matt, but modern. I spell my name K with an at. Oh my God, I love your daughter. She is hilarious, that lady. She's like, Doritos. That's how I wake up all the time. I love you, Walk Among the Tombstones. When I am in that state of mind, all I do is make right turns and I end up you just go in a circle. You guys just go in a circle. Yeah, she does pause. God damn, dude. Fridays with Frank is hilarious. You love Frank? Who's that?
So when you're
Benty?
like, let me think of an answer.
Pens give me a
Because I get lied
headache.
to for a living, I immediately
Darlene's pens or normal pens?
knew that you were being knowingly untruthful. When was the last time you smoked?
2.5 hours ago.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give that to you there. What's the percentage of your vape?
It's like super low. Like I think it's like 65. It's like
65%.
No, but
is
it's
not super low.
No, but it's like in a cart. Like
That's hilarious. This cop knows more than this guy. No, but people started putting fentanyl and everything. Oh shit. Oh, that's what you mean before the fentanyl. Oh yeah, big time. Well, you got to go to a legit place. And unfortunately, people are fucking with stuff. If they give you a headache, you're not hiding them in the right place. Jesus Christ. The volume of the video is much lower than me. Uh-oh, I will turn it up. Honestly, it's hard to hear that guy anyway. It's fine. We're done with that. Okay. So, I tried emailing you and it's not going through. I'll try again. Okay. It's Oblivious Benson question. Here, I'll put it at the bottom. There you go. Or there. I put it there. It's that. Just email me and let me look at it so I can have some time to prepare. And then we'll do an episode on it. And we'll look into it. This is a weekly YouTube show called Fridays with Frank. Oh, cool. I'm gonna have to check it out because I like anything that has alliteration in it. Makes me happy. Ha ha, Peggy. You have such a soothing voice. Thanks for helping me calm down after a frantic day. Miss Blue Bus, you're welcome. And that's so nice of you to say. And it's funny that your name is Miss Blue Bus and you have a pink square. Don't put an S. I tried that and doesn't work. I don't know what that means. I need to. Oh, Oblivious Benson questions. Yeah, don't do that. Just an N. Yeah, email me. You're getting your haunted picture. Also, did you want it? Literally with the stamp? Because it's a postcard. Did you want it with the stamp on it and filled out? Like I can have Hugin write something? Or do you want it in an envelope with a separate thing with stuff written on it? But yeah, let me know. Buttery. I like that. Like butter. You're in Arizona. I was putting ha 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 ha. I'm such a tool. All right. Blah ha ha. Blah ha 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 ha, Peggy. I want it however you say. Okay. All right. Dealer's choice. Excellent. Excellent. Ladybug was abandoned because she had a tail. How messed up is that? Been there. Me too. Just kidding. I'm so sorry. Fucking it is fucked up. I want to show you guys some pretty cool stuff tonight. And then I gotta go soon. I was thinking about, I think we did one of these before, but I was thinking about like there's two things I wanted to do tonight. One of them was I wanted to talk a little bit. I think I want to look more at, I hesitate to do this because it is a pit of darkness and not a reflection of the victim, but everything around it. But I was thinking of dipping my toes into Sebastian Rogers. One of the reasons I put to be determined on the title of this is because I really hesitate with this one. And I'm not trying to clickbait people into coming somewhere they don't want to be. And I really want to take great care with this one. But I do want, there's just some things that I noticed that are interesting. And I think not a lot of people have noticed, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm confused and I need to be enlightened. But there's some things with it that I think are kind of obvious issues that, despite picking apart the whole thing and everybody throwing their own 2 cents in and having a lot of, I don't know what it is. Like, what is it about? Yeah, is it warranted? Okay, yeah, there is a lot of, I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees it, but there's just a lot. Yeah, and a lot of people don't, because I'm just going to say it. There's a lot of creators who will say this is about Sebastian Rogers, and then they're just yelling about their personal shit. They're cry cutting t-shirts and talking about their day, talking about a chat they were in. There's some of them that are doing call-ins and not really actually discussing the case, but just there's some that are doing conspiracies. Like, it's just wild. So, it kind of forces you to rely on, fucking Banfield or like Law and Crime or Vinny or like the bigger media, if you will. And some people, they watch that and they go, this is it. And they don't really explore anything at all that, even though it's not set in stone and it's not in a court record, it is important. Simultaneously with this case, I'm just going to say it, Nancy did a pretty good job. I'm going to give her flowers. I shit on Nancy Grace all the time. She is a hateful woman sometimes. But sometimes she's also pretty fucking decent. You know what I mean? And I mean decent, not decent nuts. She's decent. She has her times. She goes back to old Nancy, back when she was a prosecutor in Atlanta. When that comes through and she's not being such a Nancy, she could interrogate pretty well. Let's just say that. She's really good at interrogating. If she's hitting the mark, if she's not interrogating the wrong person or making bold assumptions or interrupting people constantly. Nancy with the twins and with Keith, all the stuff, when she's not focusing on the twins and Keith and all this shit, then she can get, when it's just her and those people and she's not doing her, what's it called? Her blog, radio, podcast. It's kind of everything. And I don't mean that like she's everything. I mean that like it's too much. It's extra. She's being extra. There's just a lot going on there. When it's a big panel, too much going on there. When she's live on location, it's always too much. But when it's just her and a parent, or her and a victim's advocate, her and a suspect, it's fucking gabagool, dude. I did go back and start like looking into Sebastian a lot recently. Nancy did an incredible job with, at times she got a little disrespectful, but it was kind of, I mean, she's not, there's no bones about it, I think that she puts a little too much faith into lie detectors, but I don't think it's so much the actual results as it is, are they willing? There was a lot said in her interview with the parents on both sides in the very beginning, like right after he went missing, that I think are so important. And it really did feel like a police interrogation. Like when we were studying interrogations in our class, I think I told you that one of my in our crime scenes investigations class, to be specific, one of my professors crafted the interrogation for Russell Williams in Canada and had a big sesh with the guy who was going to be doing it and laid out how to do it. Thank you so much, Miss Shorty, for gifting 5 Oblivious Benson memberships. That's too expensive. Stop doing that because you're in Australia. And I just found out how much your milk cost from Aussie Insider. Like the cost of petrol. Yeah, I said it right. Petrol so expensive. Fuck. Thank you though. But goddamn, you guys pay so much for shit. Nancy and the twins. Babe. Intense, sometimes misinformed, but passionate. Yes. She scares the shit out of everybody. She called out fucking everyone. She took no fucking mercy. She snatched wigs that were already snatched. Lord God, don't bring up the twins. I already did. You know, when I think about my twins, when I think about them going out at night alone, oh my God, I just couldn't do it. You know, back when Keith was murdered, it's a lot. Anyway, she did a great job and probably going to get ripped on for this, have to take it down, but I'm going to put something on for you to peep from that because I really liked it. And I want to see what you think. And it is really long. Oh, Jesus. She's already fucking yelling at me. I like how she always starts out with a date. She's like, December 1st, 1997. All right, we're going to watch fucking Nancy Grace together, I guess. And if you don't know anything about the case, I am going to start it right about here. Here we go. In fact, I'm going to start it at the beginning so you can see what I'm fucking talking about because she does this every fucking time. January 4th, 2012. Watch this shit.
February 26th, Monday morning, 6 a.m. From everything we can tell, that is the moment that Sebastian's mom and stepdad realize he's gone. For just one moment, imagine that. You go in your child's room where you find your child every single school day morning and you wake them up, but at 6 a.m., he's not there. Can you imagine what must have gone through their minds? First of all, I want you to hear what his bio mom, Katie Proudfoot, says. Listen.
When I woke him up for school, he wasn't there. I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About 3 minutes in, give or take, I was on the phone with my husband. I said, I can't find him.
I'm glad you asked this question, Miss Shorty. It's called a Bumpit. It's called a Bumpit. It happened because of Jersey Shore. It happened because of Snooki. That's what they want you to believe. But the fact of the matter is, it done been happening by a woman named Nancy Grace. And if you don't believe me, look up Nancy Grace 1990s courtroom footage. By God, the Bumpit on this woman. It's all her secrets. It's hidden in her hair. Who killed Keith? In her hair. What are the twins going to eat for breakfast? In her hair. Nancy collects thoughts, confessions, everything in her hair. Okay? And that's why it's so big. Let's keep watching. Let's watch me get copyright struck. You ready?
He said, what do you mean you can't find him? I said, he's not in the house.
Can't find him. Where is he? And in the last days, we learned that the official law enforcement search is actually scaling back. This as TikTokers and YouTubers are flooding the area, conducting their own searches. Listen to Eric Craddock, Chief Deputy, Sumner County Sheriff's.
Really wanted to come to the community and ask for your help. We need you to search your properties every day.
I want to talk about this real quick, Pierre. That's a great question. So it depends on the state, I believe, but I don't think it should depend. I have seen a lot of states that just go with it. Recently there was a case that I worked on with a young lady who was trying to find someone who offended against her in the early 2000s. And this way I always say, make sure you're friends with the librarian. It was me, her, and a librarian, and we found the dude. And the statute of limitations laws in Cali just changed on sex offenses for this specific type, which I'm not going to talk about, but this specific law had just changed. And they said, wow, perfect timing. This applies to you. And because of that, I went, oh, I wonder how that works. And then the NDA situation, where they recently made it so that NDAs are null and void if they require covering up a crime, and it's like a federal law. So all the NDAs for, I'm not going to talk about sex offenses and stuff with Vince McMahon. Those all got lifted, and that was Biden administration 2022, I believe. And I say that because I believe it was like an executive order. I could be wrong, but there was something going on there where, he basically pushed through this legislation, and it affected the trials going on with Trump. I'm not trying to be political. That's just what happened. And so there were a lot of people that were like, yo, this is fucked up because now this applies to blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So that's basically how that happened. And now all these NDAs with Puffy are null and void. And that's why you're seeing all this new activity, I think, because all those NDAs are null and void. And now you can whistleblow without having specific charges pushed against you by somebody who had you sign an NDA. So when we think about crimes like that, like covering up a crime with an NDA, that includes all previous NDAs before the law was changed. So I would imagine, because it's a statute, that would run the same way. I can pretty much guarantee it's criminal because, it would be criminal because the same with sex offenses in Florida and Cali and in Texas. They all work like that. So I would imagine, I don't necessarily know if it's at a federal level there, but I do know the state laws do. So, however, what's fucked up is if you go to jail for something and then it becomes no longer an issue. Like, for example, if you go to prison for pot back in the 70s due to a harsh law, and now it's legal to have pot, there's like a process that has to be undergone. And I believe that they specifically have to state, like, I guess, what would it be? Clemency, or, we're just releasing all these nonviolent offenders for these drug crimes because this drug is now legal. Like, that's something in Texas that has happened before, and the governor did it. So I don't really know. Federally speaking, I don't know, but I can look into that for you. I could text Melanie, see what she says. That's an interesting question. But yeah, as far as I know, with sex offenses, for sure in California, Texas, and Florida, and I think Ohio. But yeah, let's keep watching some of this.
Morning and night. If there's a shed or a crawl space or up under your mobile home or a tarp that's in your yard, check it every morning and check it every night. Look for any details that something has been disturbed. If there's a shirt that was there today that wasn't there yesterday, notify us. You can really help us by searching your own property twice a day. Like I said, we're operating under the assumption that Sebastian walked off, and we really need your help to ensure that he is brought home safely.
We are trying to determine what happened when this young boy, an autistic young boy, seemingly walks out of his own home in the middle of the night, we think barefoot. How did that happen? I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. Thank you for being with us here at Crime Stories and on
Hey,
Sirius
girl.
XM.
Hey, girl. All right, let's get to the fucking good stuff. And really, I kind of want to skip ahead a little. I'm so going to be copyright struck. Megan, I believe that happened in Oklahoma too. I remember the governor letting a ton of people out. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Anytime a law changes, like in September 2020, a lot of laws went into effect in Texas, and we saw like a lot of shit shift. And you see the court system shift too, depending on what is now legal and what is now illegal. So when they changed the laws to where you didn't have to get all this insurance shit regarding driver's licenses, you just saw a fuckload of people go into the DMV. That's his name, Governor Shit. Are you fucking serious? Governor Shit. I'm putting Nancy back on right away because I have to go tell Dylan that is crazy. Hold on.
111. We've read a lot online. We've seen a lot of theories, a lot of speculation. But let's start with what we know to be true. Joining me right now, an all-star panel. But first, I'm going to go to two special guests joining us, Katie and Chris Proudfoot. This is Sebastian's biological mother and his stepfather, who were in their home with Sebastian when he goes missing. To both of the Proudfoots, thank you for being with us. I want to go straight back to when Sebastian goes missing. Miss Proudfoot, I understand that the day before, which would have been Sunday, if I've got the information correct, that you guys went out.
He liked that, but I contest. Is it true? Stit. God damn it. I was so excited. Okay, let's keep watching. Is she going to fucking talk to these people yet?
You went to dinner. You went to somewhere, I believe you said BJ's, where he had a quote, colossal popcorn. Then you came home that night, and around 9 p.m., you tell Sebastian to go to bed. He says, okay, and goes to his room. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
See how she just asked them? She does what you can't do in court. You know what I mean? Like in court, if you did that, they'd be like, fucking leading, bitch. Like, chill, you are leading. This is a lot. Ask them open-ended questions, but be very specific, or ask them direct questions. And she's like, is it true that blah, 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 and then blah, 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 blah. It's just so much. But she ends it with a yes or no, which is impressive. Okay. Did you hear? Okay.
That night, I understand from previous statements you've made that you went to bed around midnight. Is that correct?
It is.
Notice when she looks at them. I'm behaviorally profiling Nancy, by the way. I'm flipping it. Who cares what these two fuckers do? We've heard their story 1,000 times. Let's look at Nancy here. Let's look at this technique, dude. This is a power move. This is what you do when you want to be threatening. Okay? She wants them to know I am on no one's side, but especially not yours. Oh, whoops.
And to you, Mr. Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot, did you also go to bed at midnight or before or after?
No, ma'am. Moving around.
Do you see how her face changed when she looks at him? This is very interesting to me. I've rewatched this a million times. Look at how she talks to the both of them, and then look at how she talks to him.
Statements you've made that you went to bed around midnight. Is that correct?
That you went to bed around midnight. Is that correct? This face. The nodding of the head. This whole thing. It's almost like she's going, is it? Like challenging, right? Now watch how it changes when she's just talking to him. You're going to see something fascinating.
It is.
Also, notice how she got lower. It is. She's consciously or subconsciously, I don't know. Who knows? But she's kind of trying to be smaller. People do that when they're trying to look really innocent, but people also do that when they're very intimidated. In this instance, this is like a teacher yelling, "Did you poop on the bed, Miss Heard? Did you take a dump on the bed, you fucking psycho?" Yes. Fascinating shit.
And to you, Mr. Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot, did you also go to bed at midnight or before or after?
So did you see what she did? Before he even answers, did you see what she did? She went as she was saying it. She isn't the one answering the question. He is. Why is she doing that? Why is she doing that to big dumb guy? Because she's trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Presuming the answer is yes. Like, because that's what you said. Like, she's leading him with her fucking head. The answer should be yes. Go back a little.
Popcorn. Then you came home that night, and around 9 p.m., you tell Sebastian to go to bed. He says, okay, he goes to his room. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That night, I understand from previous statements you've made that you went to bed around midnight. Is that correct?
It is.
And to you, Mr. Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot, did you also go to bed at midnight or before or after?
No, ma'am. We went to bed around the same time because we were on the phone together.
She did this in the middle. Like, oh, your story has changed. His story didn't change, though. She's trying to make it look like, oh, what? Like this is a move that you see. You see people who are in real estate do in high positions of power. You see it a lot on Shark Tank. Especially that one guy, I can't remember his name. Was it Mr. Cool or Mr. Dope, whatever his name? He goes, and they touch it. This is Mr. Burns' hands, okay? This is, I'm hearing you, I'm listening to you, but you're really not. You're just thinking of money, like money signs and like Scrooge McDuck going into money, right? She puts her hands down to react with her face, draws all the attention directly to her. She's looking shocked and surprised. She shouldn't be. This is what he said a bunch, and it is 2 questions. She combined them. Not allowed in court, allowed in journalism, very misleading. However, it does put them in a position to dispute it. They could easily say, but, you know what I mean? Are they willing to risk it to get the biscuit? Do they want Nancy to freak out on them? Are they willing to correct the record? You know what I mean? It's interesting how they both seem very spooked by her. He looks a bit chill. She changes her tone very soft with him comparatively to when she's talking to both of them. I don't really know what to make of that, but I do think it's a bit badass. At the beginning of this interview, I was like, oh, he's trying not to look intimidated, but he's intimidated as fuck. And she is taking advantage of this moment to scold them like a mother. Are they going to let it happen? I think Nancy does this to people who are considered suspects early on. People that the rumors say they fucking did it. People that everybody goes, you did it. She gets so combative. And I think the reason that she does it is because she wants to see them snap. She wants to see that moment when they freak out and become the evil person that they were when they did this thing. Almost like a serial killer snaps and then they kill the person. It's like, let me see your evil side, the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shit. So she's pushing this. She's like really giving them a hard time to see what they look like when they're angry, what someone looks like when they're impatient. Are they going to cry? Is her voice shaking because she's scared? Because she's sad for her son? Is she worried? Like, Nancy's provoking the evil out of them because she wants to see them at their worst and she wants to show America that these guys can be demons, right? It's a very aggressive interview. That moment when they find your son in the basement, she's always chasing that fucking dragon, isn't she? And the balloon boy dragon, which I'm just going to watch a little bit more, and then we'll peep that and we'll say goodbye because I got to wrap it up soon. But I'm fascinated with this. I was thinking we could talk about missing kids and kidnapped people who returned, but we'll probably do that next time. Because I really want to get more into this Nancy shit. She trips me out, dude. She really trips me out. I have a love-hate relationship with her, mostly hate, but it's all that fucking Bumpit, dude. But man, when she fucking nails it, she hits dingers, dude. She does.
And
He was not
please
home.
excuse.
That is a fucking power move. That's some shit right there. This is some Judge Bev shit, kind of.
Statements you've made that you went to bed around midnight. Is that correct?
It is.
And to you, Mr. Proudfoot, Chris Proudfoot, did you also go to bed at midnight or before?
That's the hate. Agree. Here's the thing. Trying to be unbiased because just in this moment, because this is a really good interview, but there's so many bad ones, dude. There's so many bad ones. She's done some shitty stuff. She had a little girl who was kidnapped, freshly kidnapped, like just happened, had the parents on, and then fat shamed the little girl, said that maybe if she didn't dress like that, she wouldn't be attractive to the kidnappers. I was like, the what? And basically like body shaming a child who was actively kidnapped. Fascinating. But I have to say, she is like the final boss to go up against someone like this dude. I'm not so concerned about her. This dude, she fucking, if you're going to take anyone to task, give him the final boss. Give him the evilest bitch on the island. Give him Omarosa, dude. Let's see how they handle Omarosa. Fucking Nancy, dude. Oh, yeah, Nancy fucking... She has pushed people to do awful shit because she blamed them. She's ruined people's lives. She's doxed. Technically, it's not doxing because it's not online, but she has forced people to blame people who were totally innocent. She's nuts. But like a lot of people thought he's nuts and he's shady, right? He's shady as fuck is what AJ says. So the stepdad, everyone was looking at him. He happened to actually be the only one really that was at work, like not even in town. But there's a lot of reasons why they looked at him. Nancy knows that shit. If you're gonna interrogate, if you're gonna dress someone the fuck down, all right? If you're gonna dress this deer, you gotta have a big blade, dude. Nancy's Paul Hogan. Nancy is, oh, that's not a knife. That's our Nancy right now.
Or after?
No, man. We went to bed around the same time because we were on the phone together.
And
He was not home.
please excuse.
No, ma'am. He responded perfectly. This is like watching tennis, all right? No, ma'am. And then he ended his statement. He was very direct. What does she do? She immediately puts her 2 cents in. She's the only one who is there in the house, by the way. He physically was also Cellbrite takes up to 11 months in some instances, but the FBI is involved, Secret Service. They know where he was based on his phone records. They know that. They know where he was. I'm just telling you the facts. All right? They know where he was. Without a doubt, they are listening to transmissions between them. The higher ups know. That's separate of this. This is a behavioral fucking class right here, all right? What Nancy's doing. This lady, it's 11 months, JB, if it's Cellbrite. If it's the FBI and the Secret Service, it can happen a lot faster. They were involved. So I have no doubt, because these two are walking free, that they are likely taking further steps, looking into other avenues. Maybe they're stumped and they're waiting on something. I do think it could be a further extraction. But I'm going to tell you the facts. The mom was the only one in the house when he went missing. Okay? That's the facts. I do think that there are a lot of people who are like, let me call these people's works. Let me check these records, a source of a source, a friend of a friend, blah, 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 blah. Can people do this? They know exactly where the fuck he was. They know where shit pinged. And if this guy is as friendly as a lot of people have said in local groups that knew the guy, you know, considering the way this couple seemed to have gotten together, wouldn't surprise me if he was talking to other people after his wife. That leads them to believe he is not a person of interest, or at least why they haven't called it out if he is. Just my thoughts. She interrupts. Look at how Nancy fucking responds. This is wild.
Please excuse any of my questions. I'm simply trying to find out more about that night. Do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
He wasn't actually in the home at all that weekend.
You were not home.
No,
okay.
ma'am.
So where were you, Mr. Proudfoot?
I was in Memphis, Tennessee.
How far away is that?
3 hours and 37 minutes from doorstep to doorstep.
And what were you doing in Memphis?
Working.
Where do you work?
I'm currently working, or was working, at the St. Jude Children's Hospital construction project.
Yes, I'm very familiar with St. Jude's.
And you know what's interesting, Tiff? This is one of the first signs that shit is up. And there's a documentary right now. It's like 2 episodes about a little girl who went missing in, I want to say, Michigan. And her parents did it. And her actual bio mom had adopted her out as a young girl. Took 23andMe, found out she was missing. Started looking for her. Launched an investigation of her own into her bio daughter that she had adopted out, and the investigation ended with the parents who adopted the little girl basically getting prison, or at least the dad. And it's crazy because they also moved right after their kid went missing, and that was one of the first things the bio mom said, is like, who does that? You know, there have been a ton of cases where that ends up being the case. The people who did it are the people who move immediately. You know what I mean? Simultaneously, things are kind of changing because people are forcing change, and it's not always a good thing. For example, when this shit happens, the media swarms your house and they don't go away until it's wrapped up. And if you didn't do it, you have no control over that. So imagine people being on your lawn, following you, YouTubers, people like JLR and fucking that other dude in the woods with the soap, and then fucking bullshit Betty. Like, they're all up your ass all the time. I believe it's possible that they could have moved because of all that shit, and that maybe they have a system set up where, like, there is someone at the house, but I do think that is wild as fuck. What's odd about that is, if anything happened to him, in my opinion, I've always thought, you know, whatever happened could have happened in the house. I think leaving and losing that control is a horrible idea if they did it. So in a way, them leaving has, I mean, I try to justify it in my head, and it makes sense if they have a reason to also believe that he's not going to come back or that he's no longer with us that they have yet to share. I don't know. Yeah, I know they also didn't like officially move, right? They got a camper. There's like a camper van and they left. I see the point of what you're saying though. And it is weird. I do think it's weird. And a shitload of cases where that has been the case. The parents or the caretakers end up being the person who did it. There are a shitload where they move right after, but that precedent doesn't really apply as much to modern day, because modern day we also see a lot of people who leave because they're being fucking harassed. So it really makes it difficult. All right, here we go.
You said you were working there. Are you no longer working there?
Right now, that's up in the air.
Well, you've been gone ever since Sebastian went missing. So I understand.
That was weird. She said it like she was disgusted with him, but she was acknowledging, like, yeah, this is normal. You've been gone since he went missing. You're probably going to lose your job, you know? I mean, regardless, if it were after he went missing, see, these things to me are moot. I'm going to be honest with you. These things are moot. And here's why. The FBI was already watching them at this point. The second he was reported missing, they knew they were being watched. Who gives a fuck how they did it, where they went? You think nobody knows? You think nobody's watching, guys? They know. I would question it like how Tiff did. It's an odd behavior. But the specifics of it or where they went doesn't really matter. There's people watching. It doesn't, like, they could go to Wisconsin, they could go to Wyoming. That really doesn't matter. They left. That's the important part, right? I think people get caught up in these specifics, and that's where shit goes awry. So the basics are they left. For what reason? For how long? Who knows? Who knows? All right.
And you are home. Do you two sleep in the same bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a 3-bedroom home?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is your room as it relates?
Pay close attention to this part, and then I have to go for real. But this is the part I wanted to get to. Pay really close attention to this part. This is the gabagool right here.
To sleep in the same bedroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a 3-bedroom home?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is your room as it relates to Sebastian's room?
It's on the opposite end of the house. The master bedroom's on one side, and the other 2 bedrooms are on the other side of the house.
Okay, so.
Okay. If you guys haven't seen the house, it's a massive fucking house. It's the kind of house that you look at and you go, oh, is that a mansion? It's in a beautiful area of Tennessee. Construction pays amazing. Her job in securities and cameras, right? Pays pretty fucking well. She's a work fan. They have a massive home that to me screams like, oh my God, did someone die and leave them a lot of money? It's massive. To be fair, I do believe it is a custom massive fucking home. And I've looked at the floor plans and shit, just like everybody else. I'm sure I has. Think about what he's saying. 2 rooms on the other side of the house, master bedroom, complete opposite side. You can look up the fucking mansion online, a McMansion, whatever it's called, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, listen again to where these rooms are, okay?
Where is your room as it relates to Sebastian's room?
It's on the opposite end of the house. The master bedroom's on one side, and the other two bedrooms are on the other side of the house.
Okay, so your master bedroom is on one side of the house and Sebastian's room is on the other side of the house. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, you have a third bedroom that I believe you keep for your other daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that Faith? Is your other daughter named Faith?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So where is Faith's bedroom as it relates to Sebastian's bedroom?
It's in the back side of the house. Sebastian's bedroom's
So
on the
it's
front side of the house.
okay. So his bedroom is away from Faith's bedroom and away from your master.
Okay. I'm going to show you guys something. Well, actually, let me let her finish and then I'll show you. Okay. And then we got to go.
Bedroom. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Sebastian's room on a top floor or a ground level?
We have a ranch style house. It's a 1.5 story. So everything's flat. And then you have the bonus room above the garage.
Okay. So his is on ground floor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Boom, Susie. Also weird to me.
Okay. That morning, was there any sign of a break-in through a window, a front door, a back door, a sliding glass door, anything at all?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No sign of forced entry. Was anything taken from the home at all?
Not that we could find anything. We couldn't find anything missing.
I want to circle back to Sebastian's shoes regarding if anything was missing. Do you have a burglar alarm?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a Ring doorbell cam?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Have the two of you taken a polygraph?
Okay. I do have to go. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spoil it a little for you. Because one of you already pointed this out. I think you meant, was she on the couch, right? So she's sitting there. She's on the couch. I believe she was downstairs, correct? Her bedroom is upstairs. Sebastian's is in the back of the house. Let me show you the house. I'm not going to show you the address or anything. It actually looks kind of small in this picture, but I think it represents well on Google Maps. It's way fucking bigger, but I'm not trying to fucking show everything here. All right. This is the house. As you can see, it's a big fucking house. Now, looks much bigger, but we got room here, room way back here, and then it's like a half-story thing, right? So I believe his room, if I'm correct, is up here, right? She is down here, okay? She hears a thump. When she's on Nancy, she describes it. There's, I believe, 2 interviews. And one of them, she describes it as if she hears a thump and she yells at him to go to bed. She makes it sound like it's above her. So she's over here and she says above her. And it's back here is where he is, right? Very strange to me to hear that. In other interviews, I noticed that she explains it as if it was happening above her head, directly above her. In other interviews, she said she heard it from down the hall, which would mean up here. Either way, if you're here and your kid's way back here, it's just a lot. You know what I mean? Exactly. Must have been a hell of a bump. With that said, I'll put a link to Nancy. Other side of the house. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's a big fucking camper. That's a nice fucking van. It's a nice fucking house. It's a lot of fucking land. Wow, that rhymed. Whether or not she walked. Okay, so let's switch it. Sorry, his room's in the front. My bad, Carrie. She would be back here. Okay. Either way, they describe it in the Nancy interview as across the house, the other side of the house, if she was in her bedroom or if she was in the living room, right? Now, if she was in that weird den room or whatever it was they described, that would put her here, right? It's very odd. I don't know, but I don't know. You know, I just think that it's a big fucking house. That would be a hell of a bump. There are garage doors on both ends of the house. The way she said she woke him up and then said he wasn't there. There's just a lot going on. This interview alone tells you a lot. Exactly. Flute on the brain is a big fucking deal. There's a young lady with a shunt in another case that I'm going to show you that could not have survived without medical help. There are people with severe injuries and severe levels of diagnoses. People with, people with like diabetes and shit that can't be without insulin. There are things that we do need to take into consideration. But this is an interesting story. Also, think that too. Simultaneously, I'm one of those people who's like, let's not pick apart every word because people can be freaked out. But this was a prepped interview. And the questions were definitely leading. But I do believe that they were direct enough that if you knew the truth, easy to answer. They didn't really hesitate. So I think of all the interviews I've seen of them with the amount of time they've had, that would be the one that I would recommend to look at, which is wild because I never fucking recommend Nancy Grace and I probably never will again, but it's interesting. So what I would recommend is if you're looking at this case, don't look at all the shit since. Look at that interview. Look at the early stuff. I'm going to put a link to it below. Goddamn, Nancy's a lot. All right. I might see you guys tomorrow. I'm not sure. You might next see me in Vegas. I don't know. But I love you to death. You're my little children. And shoot me an email if you want. Take care of yourself. Which? You're in my thoughts. Good night, everyone. You sleep tight.